Alright folks, this is my second update this evening. Again, this is a remake of a video I made last night because basically the light was just too poor. I'm quickly losing the light, so I'm going to try and keep this short this evening. I've ascertained that my bench grinder shaft is not twisted, it's fine. There's a little bit of run out in the journals, but I think it's okay. I received the SKF replacement bearings yesterday evening. These are sealed, got metal seals on both sides. So hopefully that will mean the bearing will be, partially stronger. It will stop, hopefully prevent or prolong the wear of the bearing journal and prevent grinding dust and other crap from getting into the bearing and causing it to wear. So, these were 2 or 3 quid each. Dear enough for a bearing, but then again, for what you're getting, it's hopefully a quality product, so it's quite cheap. So yeah, yesterday I had a look for a bit of pipe to use as a drift to press or drift the bearing into place, and I had this old bit of electrical conduit lying around. I've used it in the past for filling the motorcycle with engine oil, because the R1 has the oil cap is in the side of the engine casing, so you can't just pour oil into it like most motorcycles. You need a filler, and I don't have a filler small enough to suit the hole. Mine is too big, so I used that in combination with you'll laugh at this, in combination with the end of a 3-pin socket. I had this 3-pin socket lying around. It's a surplus to requirements, and the sheath that covers the electrical connections made an ideal little a funnel for the end of the pipe. So that's what I used it for. Okay. So I've just cut a little, and I'll need to use it again in the future, so I'm going to preserve that. But I cut a little bit off the end here, about 2 inches, and then I turned it square, not square, but turned it or dressed it in the lathe, so she's nice and square. So that's her at full depth there. Before it hits the journal or the register for the bearing on the journal. So, and I've still got a millimetre spare there, right? So I've got no chance of damaging the threaded end of the shaft. So with the bearing in place, she's not going to go any deeper than about there. Yeah. So that's going to work out quite well. So I'm going to just crack on with that right now. If you give me a moment, I'll set the camera up as best I can, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, I'm just putting the tiniest bead of oil on the inside of the journal, round the journal, rather, and inside the bearing race. And goes in over the top like so. And we'll make sure there's a minimum amount of overhang on the rotor there. That's just going to sit there like so. Okay, and then it's just going to be a very light tap, and that's fitting perfectly on the inside race of the bearing. So we're not wanting to put any pressure on the outside race at all, because that can cause damage to the bearing and the mechanism inside the ball race. Just and that's just tapping down lovely and nice. There we go. Right. That's it. Did you hear the difference there? That's it, tap down into place. Now, once again, I'm just going to put a little bead of oil on the bearing. Just to help it slide into place. Just here in Scotland we call it a bars here, just a thin film. You know, is all you don't need it swimming in it. Just a right. The other day I did have a couple of bits of flat bar lying around. And that was them here. Right, so we'll use them again. I don't want to put any pressure on the bearing at all. I'm just wanting the shaft supported by the rotor and nothing else, so that when although it doesn't require much pressure at all to put these bearings on, it's a good practice just to think about what you're doing and try and prevent any damage to the bearing. So this one's in place, that one is going to sit in there now on the the reason I'm using the flat bar this time around is because I don't have the clearance available, because the bearing is on the bottom side of the shaft this time, and I cannot get the vise closed because of it, close enough to support the rotor. Right, so once again, small taps, and as you can see, it's and there, that's it in place. Right, job done. The rotor assembly now is ready to be put back into the body of the grinder, and those bearings are feeling much nicer than the previous ones, so let's hope that gives me a much smoother grinding action on the bench grinder. Right, that's it. Let's spit it out. That's it for tonight, folks, and I hope you've found that informative. I'm sure some of you found it quite funny. Well, you're welcome to your opinions. I'm having fun, so take care, folks. Bye for now.